Charlie's Garden, Charlie's Garden. Welcome to Charlie's Garden, Charlie's Garden, Charlie's Garden. Welcome to Charlie's Garden.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Gardening in Charlie's Garden. I am Charlie, and I'm out here this morning trying to do a quick garden tour. Uh, it is a nice day today. It's like almost 60 degrees, supposed to get up to at least 60 degrees. And after the freeze that we just had, I'm enjoying this warmer weather. But I wanted to do a quick garden tour, and I'm starting today in the orchard, in the mini orchard, because I never start here for one. And yeah, I just want to go through and see what's. And the sun is over here right now. Truth be told, the sun is over here right now. The rest of the garden is in shade. But we're going to go ahead and do our quick garden tour this morning. So come and join me on my little walk. So right now I am at the back of my orchard, and I'm looking at my peach tree, which doesn't look bad still for having gone through its first freeze. Honey came in yesterday and put some mulch in the beds, so they are all mulched up for their winter rest. I said I was going to cut this. If you were following before, I was going to cut this extra branch off of this peach tree, but as I did my research before I did anything that drastic, as you should always do before you do anything drastic with your fruit trees or any of your plants, do some research. Don't just go by what you see on YouTube. But yeah, it said that you should not prune your fruit trees in the wintertime before they go dormant. You should wait until the spring. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait until the spring, and then I'm going to cut this, try and propagate it, and have a second peach tree. If that works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not a big part of my plan, but it's something that I wanted to try since I have that extra growth right there. But anyhow, so peach tree is looking good. Let's see, what kind of peach tree is this again? This is a Belle of Georgia peach tree, and I keep that on there so I'll know what kind of tree that I have growing in here. I also have my blueberry plants over here, my blueberry bushes. So 1, 2, 3 on this side. And what I'm going to do is switch this empty pot with this blueberry plant, moving this close, these three a little closer to each other. And I'm going to, in this empty pot, probably put in some yellow raspberries or something like that, something different. And over here, I have my blackberry bush, which I was going to get rid of, but then I decided not to. So here it is. This is one of the first fruit plants that I purchased, and it had not produced the way I had hoped it would. But I'm giving it another season and see what goes on with it. So yeah, that's that. And over here I have 1, 2 more blueberry bushes. So these are in place. And these actually did really good for me last year. Actually, all of my blueberry bushes, except for that one in the white pot, did really well for me last year. And the reason the one in the white pot didn't do well for me last year, because I just bought it. So when I bought it, of course, it didn't produce anything. It wasn't expected. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a good harvest out of that. But here's my apple tree. And in order for you to get apples, it is said that you have to have 2 apple trees. So we have a Honeycrisp apple tree and a Granny Smith apple tree. I'm sorry, there are 2 birds over there that are distracting me. I don't know what they got going on with them right now, but they are going back and forth over here. Oh, oh no, he's still there. They're just making a bunch of ruckus. Anyhow, let's get back to the tour. Okay, so let's go back out. Okay, so What I also have here is my spider web, my grapevine. This will be its first winter here, and I actually got a few grapes surprisingly off of here this year. This is the second grapevine over here. Didn't get any grapes off of that, but I didn't expect grapes off of either of them. So to get the few grapes that I got, I was really happy with that. So this bed and this bed also both need to be mulched off. I didn't tell Honey to do that, but I'll ask him to do that later. And the mulch that we have, just a sidebar. So along my fence right there, you see that mound of mulch. We had got a chip drop last year, and it was way more chips than we thought it was going to be. The good thing, however, is Honey put it up against the fence, or the remainder of it up against the fence. There was also a big mound of it. Actually, is what the orchard is built on top of, is a mound of chips from the chip drop. But it's breaking down really well. Let's go over there and you can see how well it's breaking down back here, because this was really higher up against the fence than it is now. But this is breaking down really good, really quickly, much more quickly than I thought it would. So we're going to be using this up as it breaks down. It goes all the way down the fence down there. But we'll be using that up as the seasons go on. So we'll use some of these leaves too to add to the compost pile. But anyhow, heading back into the orchard. Let's see. Pin this down. Anyhow, heading back into the orchard, or heading out of the orchard now. Oh, I have my tower here with my strawberries. As you can see, it's leaning a little bit. I was going to get Honey to level it off for me, but he hasn't had a chance yet. But it'll get leveled off, and it's actually quite stable. It's just leaning a little bit, just a little bit. All right, so coming out of my orchard, this is my pepper garden over here. So I've already pulled all the peppers. I still need to go ahead and get some alfalfa pellets into this so that these will sit. And I may actually put some of that compost, that mulch back there into these bags on top of the alfalfa pellets, just so it'll break down and these bags will be in good shape when I go ahead and amend them in the spring. Sorry for the sun glare. We're heading around here into the shade. This area right here, these bags have mostly been cleaned out. This was a roselle tree that fell. It had to be cut down. I got no roselles off of it. These bags here are all empty. This is catnip that I'm also going to get rid of because it spread everywhere. Even from the pots, it still spread. So, and we still have a few onions in this bag down here. So my plan for this area, because this is where I have my other trellises. Yeah, my plan for this area here is to grow my vining squashes, like my butternut squash, acorn squash. I have some red roaster squash I've never grown before, and I'm looking forward to growing that here. And on this one, I'll have probably Trombonsino. I'll probably grow one of them because one Trombonsino plant is quite enough for my family. And then I'm going to put my okra, one here, and one down there where the other roselle was. And you guys are probably saying, Charlie, why are you going over what you're going to do in the spring in the middle of winter? Because I want to be prepared so I can order any seeds that I need and make sure everything that I want is in its proper place. So when I go to start in January with my seed starting, I'm ready. So this is another roselle that finally has some roselle buds on it. It's coming down this weekend. I am done with roselles, never growing them again. It takes up too much space, wastes too much space for little game. This over here, I have not cut down my asparagus ferns yet. I need to go ahead and do that, and we'll probably do that very soon. Probably right after I take that roselle down this weekend. And over here is my new, quote unquote new, potato bed. So I will have my white sweet potatoes, red sweet potatoes, regular white and red potatoes, and these other 3 bags. So I already have these bags all tagged out, and they already have their alfalfa pellets in there, and most of them already starting to break down. So I'm going to put some in these 3 bags here and pull that onion out of there. But yeah, these bags are almost ready for spring planting. So we're going to go in the main garden from the back way. And we're going to see what's going on inside here. Okay, so in my Vigo bed, I pulled the cover up. I'm going to leave that up until I get home from work tonight. But in my Vigo bed, I have my broccoli. This is I'm pretty sure this is Godzilla broccoli I have right here. And I have my cauliflower. This is snowball cauliflower over here on this half. And I really like this Vigo bed. I wish my my watering system fit in here a little better, but the only reason it doesn't fit in here so well is because of the cover frame. But I like the cover frame, so it can bend. It's all right. But that looks really good in there. Everything's growing. I don't have any actual florets showing yet in any of these, but it's still growing up. Maybe look at you guys. I may have some broccoli buds up in here. All right, I might get broccoli. I don't think by Thanksgiving, but I'm pretty sure. Sorry, I got my finger in there. Not by I'm pretty sure I'll get some broccoli and cauliflower by Christmas, and I'm going to freeze a lot of it, but I definitely want to eat some of it fresh. So under here, let's open this up here. I want to uncover everything so I can get some nice sun and whatnot while I'm in the office today. In here, I have in the back Brussels sprouts, and in the front I have cabbage. Now I can't tell you which cabbages I have in here because I didn't label them, but I know I have like 2 or 3 different kinds of cabbages in here, and like 2 different kinds of Brussels sprouts, and I will try to add that information to the top of the screen so you guys can see what kind of what kind of Brussels sprouts I'm growing in here. So I've uncovered that completely until this evening. Stop stepping on things if you want to uncover them. There we go. Get over there. Okay. And in this bed right here, uncover this as well. Make sure I take all the clips off. There are no carrots under Charlie's carrot board. It's just right there because I haven't put it away. The space that I used to keep it in is behind where that Vigo bed was, but I haven't gotten back over there. Well, I haven't picked it up and put it over there. Lazy moment. So in this bed right here, I have my mustard greens. So I have some giant mustard greens and some Savannah mustard greens. So that's why we got, I'm turning the camera around back on myself. Look at me. Okay. So we have some giant leaf mustard greens and some Savannah mustard greens in here. I have some carrots, which are doing extremely well. I think these are beets. And I don't remember what this is right here, but I'll find out as it grows. That's why you should label things. And down here, I have my Swiss chard. So everything is getting uncovered because it got really cold last night. But it's supposed to be a little warmer today, so I don't need to cover it again. But yeah, my Swiss chard is growing really good. And let me point out to you guys, this one, there's two of them actually. Swiss chard over here. This one right here. This has been in the garden. And I think it's this one. Pretty sure it's, no, it's this one. These have been in the garden and have been picked on since April last year. I mean, April early this year. And they were over there before I changed my beds. So I transplanted them over here, thinking they were dead, but they actually survived and they came back. So just let you know, don't give up on your plants too quickly. They rebound, you know, surprisingly well. So let's go back over here. And in here, I have some, this is celery, which so far is doing okay, I think. And I have some leeks in here. I don't know if you can see those, but they're growing. And this is Thai basil that I am reluctant to pull for no specific reason. I just like the smell of it when I walk by, brush up against it. It smells so good. I keep saying I'm gonna pull and dry it, but haven't done that yet. Oh, it smells really good. In here is my turnip bed. So in here I have turnip greens and some 7-top turnips. So this is what we have in here. And back here, which went in much later, so that's why these haven't germinated as well or as quickly, especially in the cold. But I have some 7-top. But this one I will cover back up tonight because these are young plants in here, and I don't know how well they're going to survive the cold. But if I just get my other turnips to grow, I'll be quite happy. So let's move this out of the way. All right, and my herb bed here. So I still need to cut this parsley and dry it. Haven't done it yet. Keep saying I'm going to, but that hasn't happened. But working on it. At least I'm working on the thought in my head. And let's go over here behind me before I. So these little pieces that are in here, these plastic pieces, I asked my daughter for a greenhouse, a little small greenhouse, and hubby and I had the devil trying to put that thing together. So we just said, you know what, it's not worth it. Our mental health was suffering. Not really, but yeah, we gave up. But in here I have more broccoli, and this is the DeSisco broccoli in here, and I have some yellow cabbage collards in here and some green cabbage collards. So yeah, I have plenty of broccoli in here. There's a couple of cabbage collards, and I'm going to put the cover back. No, take this cover off. The wind blew it all around. But yeah, and this is my tomato cage, and I'm thinking that next year I'm going to be a little more picky about if I grow anything in the tomato cage during the winter time because it doesn't get as much sun as I feel like the plants would need back here. So it may just be that I will grow my winter stuff in green stalks. Probably, I'm thinking it's probably the best place to put them for the winter time would be out in the pepper bed because that gets a lot of sun, or out in the orchard, even though they won't be fruit. But yeah, there's a thought. But yes, so those are everything that's in here, and everything in here is now uncovered. Here, I think, because when I was putting things out, I had a couple of extras that I just stuck into this bed. And I think that these are also either cabbage collards or Brussels sprouts. I want to say that those are Brussels sprouts. That's what I want to say. Is it true? I don't know. But time will tell. This looks like it might be cabbage collards. Anyhow, and it's my first year growing cabbage collards, so I don't really recognize what they look like. But here we go. Over here in this bed, still have a few mustard greens in here. Not mustard, turnip greens in here that I need to pull out. But they're doing fairly well, and I'm not ready to eat them right now, so I'm just going to let them stay in. And I don't need the space right this moment, so it's fine to stay here for a while. And in here, I have more. Oh my goodness, something's eating it up over there. Okay, I need to check that out. Not now because I don't have time. But when I come out here later, I will check and see what is eating up my plant. Something got under there and then tore it a good one. Look at it. The rest of them all look pretty good, but that one got a lot of damage on it. But these are definitely cabbage collards over here. And the rest of them, for the most part, look good. What got a hold of you? Probably a darn slug. Or a couple of slugs. Anyhow, the rest of them look really good over here. Now again, it's really shady over here. There'll be some sun out here later on today, but not a lot, so that's just leading me to further believe that I should go ahead and not grow in these beds in the fall, because it's just not enough sun, I don't think. I mean, later on today there will be some on that end over there, but I'm thinking maybe not. We'll see. Anyhow, let's go over here. And we just looked at this bed. This is our onions that we put in together last week. And we have our garlic that's covered over here. I have now pulled all of my green beans. And what I'm going to do is probably, if I can get some more garlic, not if I can, if I get some more garlic, because it's more of a, if I'm not lazy, get some more garlic, then I'll put it in here. These 4 squares right here, I'm going to save those for eggplant in the spring. And since I know the garlic won't be done, I am not going to plant anything in those holes. I'm just going to put some alfalfa pellets in there and cover that over. So that'll be that, and then it'll be, you know, garlic in the rest of this bed. Or onions, because I only have about 20-30 onions here, and that is not enough, but it might be enough to last until the spring planting. Charlene's rambling, and ignore that. Okay, so I still have some peas that survived the freeze/frost, and these are looking good. And I've been harvesting the peas off of these. I did plant peas all the way across, but they all didn't germinate. But I still have these few right here that survived. So that's good. And the final bed I have over here that I'm about to uncover. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And this bed is kohlrabi. Hoping to get some bulbs off of here again. My first time trying it. Asia over at Yellow Door Garden. She loves kohlrabi, and she talks about it so much that I said, you know what, I'm going to try it. I could have just bought a kohlrabi plant, I mean not a plant, but a kohlrabi from the grocery store and tried it. But no, let's go all out. Let's plant a whole bed of it, because that's fun to do. And here I have a couple of 7-top turnip plants that were left over. I didn't have a home for them at the time, so they're here. And in that bed over there is a coneflower that keeps growing, so I'm happy with that. I put it in late in the season and it's doing good. But right now, I'm pretty sure that's the only grow bag that I have in the main garden. My goal was to take them all out of here, and I will most likely move that one out too, because in that bed, in that corner right there, is where I have my sunflower. And last year I got a couple of volunteers there, and I think I'm going to get volunteers there again. So I don't want anything to impede their growth. I'm going to take that bag out sometime between now and spring. Put it somewhere. I don't know where. Then, coming out of the garden, onto the patio, I have my peony, which I need to cut down to the ground for the because it's gone dormant now. And over here, I still have some more herbs, and I'm thinking about putting 2 green stalks right here. These are mints and oregano, things that spread. That's why they're separate from everything else, and put over there. And I think that this might be another celery plant that I stuck in there because I didn't have anywhere to put it at the time. But yeah, that's what all of this is going on over here. And now to my green stalks, y'all. Y'all know how much I love my green stalks. I have in here some collards that, I don't know, they're not looking too good right now. I'm getting a lot of color changes over here. So I think I'm gonna have to do something with that. Maybe feed them, give them a little more food to green them up. But I have 2 different kinds of collards in here. One I think is a Georgia Southern collard, and the other one I don't remember, but I'll put the name at the top. And up here I have some spring onions. These I grew from seed. These larger ones right here, I took the top off of a green onion that I was cooking with, and I decided to see if it would grow. Some of them did, some of them didn't, but these ones definitely grew. The pockets that are empty are the ones, the pockets that are empty are the ones that didn't take. But I also have some celery in here, and this is my komatsuma, which I love, and I use that in my ramen. But that is looking good. There is nothing that's supposed to be growing over here. There are a couple of volunteer what's it called, asparagus ferns in here which need to be pulled, and these are my gladiolas, which I'm going to also pull, put them in pots and put them elsewhere around the house. So this bed is also empty now, except for the gladiolas. This is lemon balm, and over there I have some bee balm. So they're still hanging on, and they should come back good in the summer actually. And in here, in this green stalk, which is also doing much better than the one over there, I have my kale, and I have some red kale here, and I have some blue Scott kale in the other pockets. Up here I have my endives, which I overwatered the other day because I overwatered this whole tower, so it won't get any water anytime soon. And how do I know I overwatered my tower? Because they were full of water. I had so much in there that it wasn't draining fast enough. So I'm just going to let that sit and marinate on it. And that is my entire garden. So I hope you all enjoyed my little walk with me today. I want to keep you guys informed on what's going on in my garden and what I'm cooking in my kitchen as I try and freeze up things to have them to last when nothing's, well, I can't say when nothing's growing because I plan to extend my garden growth for as long as possible. And as long as possible is probably until I get tired of coming out in the cold. But that's everything. That's my entire garden. It's not huge, but it's big enough to feed my family. And I enjoy tending to it.